That it This They are 3 clarity. I guess I do have that, which I would have thought even higher clarity than that. But the color, they're colorless diamonds. That means they are probably E to F in the color range. I doubt they're D, just being honest with you, but they're probably E to F in color. And just the gorgeous design that you have, that endless row. There's no gap. Sometimes with quote unquote tennis bracelets, you have gaps between things. So you might have 3 Tanzanites and then an adjoining link of some form, a little connecting ring or a circle design, something else. It's breaking up the flow of the tennis bracelet, because the tennis bracelet should be an endless line all the way around of gemstones. And that's what this is. It is, from start to finish, an endless row of gemstones. You have a box insert clasp with 2 safety catches. That's going to hold that even more securely in place. So you've got a strength and security to that is very, very nice to be able to have. So that combination comes together just flawlessly. And it's all in 925 sterling silver. So because of the quality of the sterling silver and the setting that you have, and again, that clasp alone, that box insert clasp with the safety catches, that is using up a lot of silver, but it is more secure. Just knowing that it's going to stay in place on your wrist is nice. The lab created sapphire bracelet I bought from us, same thing. And that was one of the selling points on this, because I don't want it to go anywhere. The bracelets with weaker clasp, because you do a lot more with your hands than like a necklace. That has a tendency to stay in place. But we move our hands around, talk with our hands, work on keyboards. It's easier for a bracelet to go flying if it's not going to stay secure on your wrist. Here, you don't worry because of that clasp. That is strong and secure, and a lot of 925 sterling silver going on right there. A choice of sizes, 7.5, 7.25, 8. The price will be the same no matter what. That price of $401.24 and one payment of $80. $80. That's it. That's all you're going to spend for a gorgeous Tanzanite and diamond. And I'm stressing the diamond part because it's very easy these days, or easier, to accent gemstones with things like moissanite, white topaz, white zircon, which is great. We love those. But there's a lot of us who are purists. And if you're going to accent something, let's go all out with the diamond. That would be the smart way to go. So that is what you have right there in the tennis bracelet. And a great buy at $401.24, saving you a lot of money. And as we continue with the necklace, this is again, I basically could call this a tennis necklace, because it is going to be an endless display of sparkle. Yeah, it does. It goes all the way around. No gaps. Sometimes on neck pieces, they'll maybe stop the stones here and just have chain for the rest of it. Works, but it's a lot nicer when the stones go all the way around, even to the back. So a full-on tennis necklace in Tanzanite and white zircon. Now here, just for necessity, they pretty much had to use white zircon, because if they were to place 261 diamonds in the necklace, the cost would go up exponentially. It would be thousands of dollars more, literally. This necklace with 66 tanzanites, 18 inches in length, by the way, 66 tanzanites, that's 11 1/3 carats, and 261 zircons, has a regular price of $639. I have no issue with that. That's a really good price for a tennis necklace. That's our regular price. Oh, hang on a sec. Just noticed something. Anyway, your price today is $479.99, and your first payment is $96. I did not notice this.
The class?
Yes, the class.
I love it. I'm obsessed with it.
This is so cool. It is.
I wish there was a picture of it, but there's not.
I want to say, I don't know if that's supposed to be a serpent or a fish or what it is, but right there on the clasp you can see there's a little hook right here. And that hook goes through, those are black spinels on the eyes of our serpent friend here. That hook goes through the mouth of our creature. And then you just press this down to secure that in place. Okay, you got to show that off. You can't hide that on the back. That needs to be on display. You need to have that. In fact, I would put it off center, down a little bit. And so that way everyone can see it. So that's on display. Now I know I've never seen this necklace because I would be obsessing over that clasp. There's 23 of these. Am I looking at the right one? Yeah, 23 of these to go around. And that is it. This might never even make it to the TV end of things. Many times there's items that never even make it on the network that wind up being only on live streams or on the website. Now, I did that backwards. There is a right and a wrong way to do this, and I just did it backwards because remember, the stones are all on one side, and so for them all to face front, you have to wrap that through the correct way. I had done it through the other end, and so I had half the stones sitting upright, and the other half were flat. What did I say the size of this? This is an 18-inch long chain. I'm almost, because again, men are wearing sparkle now. Times have changed. Guys are wearing gemstone bracelets and gemstone necklaces. I was watching one of the Houston Rockets games a few weeks ago, and one of the star players who wasn't playing that one, he was sitting on the bench, and they took a picture of him, and he had on this amazing gemstone necklace, and on their salaries, they can afford to do that. I'll do $479.99. I'm not worried about that at all, especially when it's something this cool and this different to have that clasp. Now, there's also it's got to be a zircon. I was going to say, I just noticed on the top of our little animal here, there's another stone. So that has to be one of the zircons because you have the black spinels on the eyes. So that would be a zircon on the top of this. This is all in silver. This might be the coolest Tanzanite necklace I've ever laid my eyes on. Now, I'm actually wondering if this is one of our pieces. I was going to say, sometimes we get closeouts. And so maybe this was a designer closeout. It is not. This is one of our pieces. And what a great design that is. Whoever had this idea to come up with a necklace like this, with this added sense of, let's call it whimsy, personality, designer touch, with that little serpent right there. But otherwise, again, I haven't even shown you the large picture here. Again, it's tanzanites and zircons. It alternates around one after another. But this is ingeniously designed and so beautifully crafted. And they did design it the correct way. And the reason I say that is on a necklace, you've got to make sure, you can't really see it there, that you hinge the stones on one side only. That way, it's going to contour the neckline. And so they're hinged here to bend this way. It will not bend as far that way. So always be aware of the fact when you go to put this on that you're putting the correct side up and then clasp our little friend here at the very end of this. I love it. I would wear this. I'm really liking this necklace. Tanzanite and diamonds. The stones are not certified on this one. 14.75 carats, total weight. Boy, I like that. That is really a nice one. And the price is so good at $479.99. A lot of silver in that, too. Anyway, I'm going to be pondering that one for a little bit. We'll let you ponder it as well. There's 23 to go around. Shot 7 is the number on that one. So go ahead and put that into the comment box if you're interested in that. I am, and that really fascinating little design touch with the serpent there. I'm calling it a serpent. Who knows what the designers were actually thinking of? But that moves us to our next ring, which is going to be a graded stone. This is a AAA grade Tanzanite. So we know for sure that this one is AAA. Again, single, double, triple, quad. Single, we don't do. I think we had a double earlier. We've had quad, and so now triple. And for a lot of people, triple hits a sweet spot. You spend more money for quad. You know you have a quad Tanzanite. Sometimes you won't notice an obvious difference. It depends. Other people who don't know Tanzanite grades, they'll never know. So triple can be the way to go so often. It is surrounded by diamonds and a lot of them. Many, many, many. 49 baguette cut diamonds in this double halo ring. It is a gorgeous ring. Now the price on this again is where this is another one of just the bottom, like good old fashioned bargain. This is a ring that has a regular price. Actually, hang on, this is on clear. 5-star rated, by the way. 5-star rated ring. It's gone from $439.99 to a clearance of $373 to your price today of $280. That ring, look at how glamorous that is. That ring is now $280, and if you're using those 5 payments, your first one, $56. $56 to get home. What is easily one of the most dramatic pieces of the show. In fact, looking around, this is the final, I take that back. There's one, well, no, this is the final oval stone with diamonds as the accents. We're going to have one more trillion in a little bit. But if you love the classic beauty of a 7.5 by 5.5 millimeter AAA grade Tanzanite. Now, one of the things that I'm surprised about here is that they did this in silver, because usually the AAA stones, they get set aside for use at least in 10 karat gold. So they did this in silver, and again, that's a good thing that they did it in silver, because it keeps the price point down, doesn't it? So you get the beautiful sterling silver here, and you get it for $280.49. So a much better deal. And of course, 2 rows of diamonds. Another thing that surprises me, because you would have thought maybe keep the price down, let's do white zircon. That would work. Did on the piece we had a few minutes ago. They do moissanite accents now alongside tanzanite. So either way, that is really an attractive ring. The fact, and I just noticed something. Is there a way you can move this image up a little bit?
Yeah.
Because there's the DeJoy marking, but this is also a ring where right here it's going to say, made in the USA. Now, we've mentioned before, but some of you might not know, our main factory is in Jaipur, India. So that's where most of our jewelry is made. I visited that. I visited our facility in Bangkok. We do some work there. But we just recently, because of the tariffs and everything going on, there are some pieces, not all, but some pieces where it's more cost effective for us to open up a factory here in the United States and start making jewelry. And so you will start to see Made in the USA turning up on more of our pieces. Again, not all of them, but when appropriate, when it's going to save you money as well, we will turn around and make those pieces in the United States. So it's something to be proud of. A ring this gorgeous with stones from Tanzania, that's where the Tanzanites are from, that had its final assembly and manufacture right here in the United States. The silver is sourced from around the world. The diamonds are sourced from around the world. So I don't know the origin of those, but the final assembly has put a job in someone's hand right here in the United States. Again, it's not on all of our jewelry. Most of it, to be honest, it's still more cost effective to do the actual assembly of the pieces. And by assembly, I just mean the setting work, creating those settings, creating the, getting the gemstones here, which are going to have to be exported from somewhere else. And so this is just a nice little way. Glad to see some response there in the chat. Thank you for that. Made in the USA. Exactly. We need to be proud of that one. So you've helped someone stay employed with the purchase of that ring. Boy, that is nice too. The sparkle. The only problem with not just TV, but live streams and all this, so often when I look down, what I look at here, and then I hold this up here to a smartphone camera to try and give you a real good idea how beautiful the ring is. It doesn't translate necessarily. Even these beautiful images that are done in a photography studio just don't quite carry across how really amazing these pieces are. This is one you're going to be in for a nice, pleasant surprise. Anyway, that was shop 8 that we just had right there, almost all the way through our first hour here, keeping a good pace going so we can hopefully get through all 20 items. I've never done it. Maybe this will be the day. Might be the first time. And welcome to all of you who are joining us. Got some people popping in on Instagram. Thank you for joining us there. You can watch us on YouTube. We are there on our app. Are we on the app?
Yeah, we're app, website, YouTube,
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram.
Facebook. I forgot that one. Facebook. So a lot of ways that you can watch the live streams, whatever is easiest for you. I'm a big Instagram user more than probably anything else, and so that's where I have a tendency to see us pop up. Okay, we are up to shop 9 right now. Only trillion of the show. We have this in sizes 6, 7, 8, and 9. 6, 7, 8, and 9. There, hopefully, you can see the ring, the design, the setting work, and the only trillion cut Tanzanite that we have in the show. It's a 7mm, carat 15, trillion Tanzanite. I have a love-hate relationship with trillions. There are some stones that I hope they never, ever, ever do in a trillion because it just doesn't work. Many people have said that the trillion was made for Tanzanite, and I would have to agree with that because it really does showcase the color beautifully in the stone. Wait a minute. Okay, I just did pricing on this. This is blowing me away here. This ring, which incidentally, if you trust the reviews of others, I will never go to almost any place without reading the Google reviews, any restaurant, things like that. I want to see what others have had to say. And there's always going to be one, crabby person who, my appetizer arrived 2 minutes late, 1 star. There's always going to be that one that's going to bring the average down. After 8 reviews, this is still a 5-star rated item on our website. So now I'm going to trust that and take that to the bank. So after 8 reviews, 5-star rated. Yeah, let's see what people have to say here. Let me read this. Susan said, beautiful, fits great. Jill, love it so far, 5-star. Terry, I think Terry liked it, not only 5 stars, but love it. Mary Jane, who just a couple months ago wrote this one, I love this. My new favorite ring. My Valentine's gift from my husband. So glad I changed. She changed the cut, took the host advice. Quad A Tanzanite flashes. Oh, looks like the Quad A Tanzanite with flashes of red and blue. I was going to say, wait a minute, it's not a Quad A. No, but I see what she's saying. Nice and dark. Jerome left a review. 5-star rated. Going for Tanzanite. Sometimes that's all you need to say. 5-star rated. So again, if you want to check out what others have had to say about this, the website is a great reference point. But after 8 reviews, it still has a 5-star rating. Anyway, I don't know if I read the price. $374.99 is the regular price on this. Your price, $281.24. And your first payment, $56.25 for a trillion Tanzanite. That you just, seriously, the great thing, another reason I love these live streams is because we get a chance to go more in depth. So often on TV, it's all price. I know, sometimes it makes my head hurt too. But to be able to explain the stones, all these little nuances and what you get, it's just, I hope this becomes educational. I hope you learn something from all of this. And the trillion cut, once again. Oh, and incidentally, see, creature of habit. This photographer showed it going straight up. I've been holding it this way the whole time. There's no right or wrong way. It's like a pear cut. Pear cut, there used to be this old thing about if you're married, it goes one way. If you're single, it goes another. I can't remember. But there is no right, nor is there a wrong way to display these. However you like to see it on your hand, that's the way you should be wearing it. And the stone is, I can see why someone said this reminded me of a Quad A, because this really is good. We don't have a grade on this at all. I don't know if I would go so far as to say quad, but I could easily see that winding up as a AAA grade for sure. Did I even mention? No, I didn't. The pink sapphires. There are 20 pink sapphires and 28 white zircons surrounding that. So you have that nice combination. Pink and blue. Have you noticed how pink and blue has exploded again lately? I remember when that was the huge thing in the 80s. Now it is back, pink and blue in clothing, pink and blue in decor. We had a fitness stepper, Loretta and I, the other day. One of the choices was pink and blue. So everything old is new again. So now the pink and blue that you wore, if you're my age, back in the 80s, you can start to wear again. Again, the price on that $281.24. That is an amazing buy, and your first payment $56.25. That is a really good look. It's a good looking ring. That's the bottom line. It is a good looking ring. So if you like that, shop 9 is what we're up to there. And if you're just joining me, thank you for being a part of our live stream here. This is something that we do multiple times a day. We will have some that we do exclusively on TikTok, so just follow all of our social media, and you never know where we're going to pop up. Little different format here with the live stream than on TikTok, where you're just taking the number for the piece you want to order, putting it into the comment box, and then someone gets back to you. I forgot to mention there was a pendant that is going to match your ring, and here it is right there. And it's a beautiful one. And we are going to take this down. Actually, I'm just to simplify things. It's the same deal. It's $281.24 down from the regular. The regular is only $374. That's good. But $56.25, that's a lot better. Here, well, let me look at this in person first. Okay, no, this one might almost, and again, it could just be our sample here. This one does almost look more like a quad A, so I can see why that reviewer made that comment on a piece before. This is slightly deeper and darker. Now, again, I can never guarantee, that you'll get something that deep and dark, but you will get a gorgeous stone, that is for sure. And especially at this price. You know what I didn't do on the ring? Let me do it on the pendant here. I'm going to measure this real quick. Let's see. Just so you can see the size of that. That's just shy of an inch. 3/4 of an inch in length on that. Reason I like to do that is because, again, it's misleading sometimes. You see things on TV or on a live stream. It's like, how large is that item actually? And so the ruler can be a very big help for you. You have the Tanzanite, which is a carat 21, 7 millimeters in size, and 18 pink sapphires surrounding that. This time, point goes up. No disputing that. One of the things about the trillion cut that, I don't know, anytime you have any gem cut, you got to realize gems are faceted for a reason because of the angles and the windows and the way the light is going to get into the stone. And there are some cuts, like we had the emerald cut earlier. That is unforgiving. If you're going to do that cut, you've really got to have a good quality stone. And I think because of the way the trillion is laid out, maybe that's why some gems just don't belong, my opinion, in the trillion cut, just because of the way the light gets into the stone and bounces around. It seems to change the stone. If anything with Tanzanite, it enhances what is already a quality stone and makes it look even better. And this is just my speculation. I've never read anything to back this up because I've always wondered, why is it that I love the trillion so much in Tanzanite? And I think that's what it is. It does something to really bring out the color of the stone. And again, with that pink and blue combination being so hot, this is also a 5-star rated item. Now, not as many people have purchased the pendant, so I don't have as many reviews, but it is still a 5-star rated item. So I can safely say that. So you have 5 stars on the ring, 5 stars on the pendant. Let me see if the image behind me helps showcase anything. Well, yeah, you can see. Oh, actually, yes, it does. I didn't even notice this on the pendant itself. Let me look. Yep. They have actually, and this again, when they're assembling these pieces, is not easy to do. They've plated the prongs for the pink sapphires in what appears to be a rose gold. Not the, yes, it is. Now I see it on my information. If I bothered to look, 18 karat vermeil rose gold, and then rhodium over sterling silver. So yes, this, where you have all of your zircons holding it in place, that is in silver with rhodium over top. These prongs here are in rose gold. So that's rose gold, which pairs up with pink sapphires beautifully, rose color, pink stones, logical pairing together. But that is not easy to do because you're having to really pinpoint where you do that plating. So where you're going to take that rose gold just in these little spaces is a difficult thing to do. The end result, though, is a stunning pendant because it just helps pull out and make that color pop even more. This is why I could never be a jewelry designer, because you have to think of all these little things when you're creating a piece of jewelry. And the end result has to work. Well, the end result here really, really works. And so it takes a lot of time to think of these things. And you can have an idea for a piece of jewelry, and it just turns out they get at some point in the process, many times in what they call the CAD CAM area, where they're creating the computer generated models, and someone has to say, this isn't going to work. It's a great idea, but it's just literally physically impossible to do. That could have happened along the way here, but thankfully it didn't. So you wind up with a stunning pendant, and at a price of five.
Oh, sorry, this is a bundle price.
Oh, I got you. Oh, thank you for that. If you want a bundle, great. If you want a bundle, the ring and the pendant, and that would actually be a very smart thing to do. Your price goes to 50. Wow, that's a deal. 506.23. We're starting to do this more and more now on our website and on deals, so you save extra money by bundling them. So buying these together, your price goes to 506.23. Your first payment to 101.25. So then you can get both of the pieces and be able to save additional money. And I love the fact we're doing that more and more often. In fact, on the website now, it's worth paying attention for things like that, because a lot of times we don't even know on the TV end of things sometimes when we're doing this, but there are times where we will take something and we'll say if you buy two, you will save 5%. And a lot of people will take advantage of that. But you'll find it first maybe mentioned on the website, and then eventually we get around to knowing it on the TV end of things. So our website, shoplc.com, our app, which you can find in the App Store for whatever device you happen to have, is another great resource. Fridays you get free shipping on the app when you use the code Friday. There's always good things to be found as well. And plus we can be with you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So if it's 3 in the morning, you can't sleep. Well, if it's 3 in the morning on Monday, I'll be with you on the television end of things. But yeah, you can stream our show anytime, any place on the app. So that's always a really nice deal too. Let's see, that gets us. That gets us to the dramatic piece of the show. Oh boy. Now, this neck piece here, just admire for a second. This looks like red carpet. This looks like a special evening out. This carries through that sense of style, sophistication, that a lot of us would love to have, but aren't going to spend thousands of dollars for. When I was on air on the television end of things last night, we were looking at a website that had some malachite necklaces for $8,000. If only we all could afford to spend $8,000 on malachite. It's a stone we were selling last night for $9.99. So I bring that up. This has the look of a $10,000 necklace. It's nowhere near that. Nowhere. In fact, I changed my mind. This is the bargain of the show right here. This necklace here. This necklace has a retail value of $1,900. Even that I kind of find conservative, but it is what it is. The regular price outside of this live stream is $279.99. When I read you your price, in fact, I'm going to get out of the way, because I want you to see the necklace, and I want you to see it here, and I want you to see it here. These, whichever image you're looking at, these necklaces, your price, $210. Tell me that looks like a $210 necklace. First payment, $42. So you can get the most dramatic necklace of the show for $210. Who's doing that? Well, Shawn Wilsie is. And that always begs the question, what's wrong with it? And I mean that seriously. There's people that will watch our show, watch our live streams, and not buy because the prices are so low that they say, there's got to be something he's not telling me. There's a hidden problem with it. They're rejects from a jewelry store. No, we made these. We manufacture the jewelry. We eliminate, I think I was told once something about like 7 markups along the way that your average jeweler has between the time they place the order and the pieces are made for their store. So you're getting 10 Tanzanites, 2.15 carat. They're 4x3 and 6x4 millimeter. And then you have 230, I guess there would be, yeah, it would add up. 238 moisanites in this piece. And it's adjustable from 18 to 20. I'll show you that in just a second. No, when I was looking at this in person, I saw the sparkle, but I didn't realize there were that many. You look around one of these stones, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 14 moisanites encircling one Tanzanite. So yeah, that would add up 238 moisanites, and you're buying those for $209.99. Good friend of mine, Jack Berkovitz. He is a jeweler in Toronto. And he charges, professional jeweler, whole life, his sons are in the industry, and he charges $3 per stone if I took stones to him to have set. $3 per stone, 238 moisanites, that's close to $700 just in setting cost for the moisanites. Forget the tanzanite and the silver and all of that. That's why people wind up spending thousands and thousands of dollars for neck pieces like this. I mentioned it's adjustable, 18 to 20. You have a lobster claw clasp and extension chain right there. So that is a one-size-fits-most neck piece. If you're going to go all out, and let's face it, a necklace like this is dramatic. In a good way, I'm saying that. And so if you're going to go all out for that dramatic piece of jewelry that you're wearing to special events, this is it. This is the kind of neck piece, ladies, that you are going to take any time there's a special event. And, for some families, a special event is the elementary school concert where your kids are performing. Make it even more special, put on this necklace. I was at the opera a couple weeks ago. That's a special event, and people are dressed up. Even here in Texas, people still do get dressed up sometimes, and that was an event where a lot of people were dressed up. This is the kind of necklace that you're putting on. We don't have many of these, just so you know, 17 in total. That is a killer price, $209.99. I can't believe I'm seeing that. Again, 5-star rated item. The retail value, $1,900. That I believe. Especially after seeing all those moisanites, that I believe that this is a almost $2,000 necklace. And your first payment, $42. One thing I've not mentioned this whole time is our money back guarantee. We do offer a 30-day, and it's unconditional, money-back guarantee. So if you're displeased for any reason at all, you can send it back. You get a full refund of your purchase price. I can't imagine any of those coming back. I really can't. Who's going to send that back? You'll see this in person, and you're going to love it even more because a lot of the sparkle that I see in person, it gets lost on TV and live streams. You don't see it until you get it home and you put that on. Wow, that is nice. Who plans these shows? Who's scheduling these?
The people in India.
Some people, okay. Some people on the other side of the world. Whoever did this one deserves an employee of the day. I won't say month. So, because this is a fantastic assortment of Tanzanite and just a nice variety. Price points for everyone too, which is always nice. Okay, stop it. Okay, I was wondering where all this glitz was coming from. Now I get it. Lab-grown diamonds. It's Tanzanite and lab-grown diamonds together in what we're calling the midnight blue ring. Okay, this is not certified single, double, triple, quad A. This is a very high grade. It's not quad, but this would probably fall into the AAA category quite easily. Really nice stone. Really, really, really nice stone. It is an 8x6 millimeter Tanzanite, carat 21 in Tanzanite weight, and then you have 4 round lab-grown diamonds. And those stones, I guess there are 4. Again, oh, wait a minute. No, it's more than that. 4 rounds, and then there's some tapered baguettes on the side. Now it's making sense. Took me a moment. You have the 4 baguette cuts as well. Really? 1, 2. Okay. Interesting. So you have 4 baguette cuts. Those are 2 side by side. Well, I'll explain this in a second. Let me do price. Yeah, just a bargain for these pieces. This is a $1,750 ring, regular $269.99. You're getting Tanzanite and diamonds today for $202. Tanzanite, 8.6, and 8 diamonds for $202.49. Here's what fooled me. And this is a good gem setter doing his or her job. If I were a gem setter, I would not be this adept at it. When I was looking at this, I thought that was 1 baguette. That was 1 baguette. That's 2. No, it is 1, 2, 3, 4. They have set these right up next to each other and done it so well that you get the illusion of 1 large baguette cut diamond. That's not easy to do. And that is why this price becomes so amazing, because you are paying for some skilled craftspeople and, once again, made in the USA. So you're encouraging more American jobs. Someone American made this ring, so you can feel very good about supporting this country with this one. But being honest, American labor is more expensive. That's why it is more cost efficient to have factories around the world, like Bangkok, where we have a small one. The big one is in Jaipur, India, because of labor costs. That is now being fought against because of the tariffs. And so that's why we have to judge, do we make these here? Do we make these there? And the answer changes from piece to piece. But that is a really skilled gem setter who was able to take those 2 baguettes, each one is 2 by 1 millimeter, and set them right up next to each other to the point where it just fooled me. And I've been doing this more than a few years, and so I've seen a lot of jewelry, and I would like to think I can spot things, but no, even this ring is a good example of that it totally bypassed my eye looking at the way those stones are set. The price of $202.49 does not at all reflect that setting. That is a silver setting. It does have rhodium over the sterling silver. That rhodium creates a fantastic coating, because now what you're looking at, rhodium is a derivative of platinum. So really what you're looking at is rhodium, basically platinum, over silver. The big benefit of that, 1, it looks more expensive. I don't have any silver on today, so I can't show you silver that's not treated next to it. But what it does is it gives the whole piece a brighter, more reflective surface. Rhodium is more reflective, more mirror-like than silver would be. In fact, you can see it on the photograph here. You can see the little bands where it's darker. That's not the ring. That's just the environment around it where the photographer was taking the picture. It's so reflective, it's acting like a mirror. So it's just picking up those little areas of the room or the photography studio where the picture was taken. Regular silver is not going to be that reflective. It wouldn't have that effect to it. That's just another benefit of the rhodium over silver. It gives you that added shine and glow. I like it because it also helps to push back the tarnishing. Not that tarnishing won't happen, but when you have rhodium over silver, it's less likely to happen quickly. So, because that rhodium creates a barrier that the environment is just not penetrating through as easily. It will, but it takes a lot longer. So you wind up with something that just shines, and that means mirror light, more light entering the diamonds. And that's why when I picked this up, it was sparkling so much. I thought, what is going on here? It makes sense. You put the pieces of the puzzle together. More light entering the Tanzanite, more light entering the diamonds. So that glitz and that sparkle is just magnified when you put all of that together. And I still wish I had a grade on these Tanzanites. I could speculate, probably either a very high AA or into the AAA category. And it's walking the line so closely that there might be some of these that ship that are triple, some that ship that are just a high double. So I can't say for certain what you're going to get. But again, if you're displeased, 30-day money-back guarantee. So I don't want you to keep something that you're not happy with. This is one of those times where I feel confident in saying you're going to be pleased with it. It's such a pretty ring. I can't imagine someone looking at this and saying, not what I was expecting. But again, the technology is only so good. I can do our best with this, but what you see on your screen is going to be dependent on your phone, the technology that is in your phone, the internet connection, all of those things. By the way, I just read this morning, don't upgrade the latest Apple iOS update. I'm just starting to read the article. I can read the whole thing, but it's people are really complaining about it on TikTok. Really complaining about it. So thankfully my phone, the last few updates have filled up the capacity of my phone so much I don't have room to do another update, so I will probably never get around to doing that one. Anyway, what number we have to shop? 12. What'd you say?
The crisis averted, though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I will never have to run the update, so I don't need to worry about it. But yeah, I guess there's some viral TikTok videos going around now, people really complaining about it, and others are responding, yeah, same problem. So anyway, we still have a lot to get to, so oh yes, I like this next one. We've got our first cluster and only cluster ring of the show, where the entire ring is done in Tanzanite. All Tanzanite. You have, oh boy, I just saw where the regular price is. You have 28 Tanzanites, 4 zircons. Okay, this is another one that fooled me. I would have thought there's like 50 Tanzanites in here, but no, now that I look again, yeah, that's right. The stones are a little bit larger. They're 4x3s. Sometimes when we do cluster rings, we'll do like 2mm stones, and then, yeah, you would have 50 stones, but no, that's 28 4x3mm Tanzanites, minimum carat weight 4.4 carats, and then there's 4 zircons that are scattered around the piece. Okay, let me go through the pricing here. This hurts. This is so good. This is a $1,150 retail value ring. The regular price, look at this ring, sells for $174. I would have thought $399. Day in, day out, I would have thought $399. Your price right now for this cluster ring, $131. That ring is now $131, and your first payment is $26. Now, the name of the ring is the Forest Radiance Ring. Why? Why forest? Well, let me show you why, because it's subtle. Looking down the shank of the ring, you have the trunk and the branches of a tree.
Oh, I see. Let me see if I can pull up the picture.
I didn't even notice this until I literally just picked up the ring and had it on my hand. I think Carolyn just realized this too. So we're going to see if we can find an image, because it's really cool how this is designed. They have done, again, the designer's done a beautiful job recreating a tree trunk and branches. It's not obnoxious. They could have gone too much with it. It's not obnoxious at all. In fact, it looks at first just like a multi-row band coming up, and then all of a sudden you realize that's not a multi-row band. That brilliant, just brilliant. Even the little notches that you would see in between the strips of bark on a tree, even those little notches are in this. And so you do have 3 rows that come off. This one branches up and over the left band, and then the right branch of the tree just comes up, and that all kind of supports the setting, at least visually. That is the coolest design. We've never done that before. That is a brand new design for us, and I'm always amazed when we do new designs, and that is 100% new. As a jeweler, not as a shopping network, not as a live streamer, as a jeweler, we have something like 30,000 molds that are ready to go. Meaning if we wanted to do this same ring again, but with a garnet, the mold is already in a giant machine at our facility. So we take that mold out, put it into the machine, and it starts creating the shape of the ring again, in gold in this case, and then we start setting in the stones. This is a brand new design. They had to build a brand new mold for this. And this is a good example of what I said earlier, where at some point along the way, usually in what they call CAD-CAM, which is where the designers have taken their designs to this next room where people on computers will create the mold visually and the design visually. They could have said, yeah, great idea, but we can't do it. It's just impossible to create the mold that is going to create this. Well, they found a way to do it, and it's ingenious. And then to take that as the foundation for your 28 Tanzanites and your 4 zircons. And then we turn around and we take the price to what? $131.24. Your first payment's not even $1 a day now, at $26 for an incredible design. Only Tanzanite clustering. We're going to have a pendant to match in a second here. Only Tanzanite clustering in the show. There's a lot of silver that has to go into making one of these, and not just because of that tree trunk design, but because of all the settings for all the Tanzanites, because a prong of silver has to come up and hold every single stone in place. This is the best little design. This looks like something you had custom made, or even better. We have jewelry stores around the world that are common household names. You go to a mall, you see them everywhere, and you see a lot of the same old designs, because they have to cater to the same market in Miami and Minneapolis and New York and LA and St. Louis and every place in between. This looks like you found a little shop in Soho where some very artistic person sells their wares and gets thousands of dollars. That's the kind of place you would expect to find something like that. This at $131.24 is such a giveaway deal. You don't want to miss that for the designer touch right there. Very cool design. Shop 13 is where we are at. We still have 7 more items to get to, so we're going to get through as much as we can here in the next half hour, and then put the top on things. If you're watching us live, thank you for joining us on this Saturday afternoon. The live stream will continue for 30 minutes, and then there'll be another one later on today. Is there another one later on today?
No, this is it.
Oh, this is it today. Okay. But again, every day we do these multiple times a day, so I hope that you can join us throughout the weeks and months to come. Let's see where we are. Oh, the pendant to match, as I just mentioned a moment ago. Okay, now how do you take that design and translate it to a pendant? Got an idea in mind? They did it. Tree trunks in a pendant. You make it the bail on the piece. You take that same idea, the same notion, and you make the bail the tree trunks or the branches. So they did it. 28 Tanzanites, 4 zircons, and in fact, perfect match design-wise, visually, straight on anyways, from the ring that we just did. So here is the pendant now. If you got the ring, you probably are going to want to get the matching pendant. You don't want to have half the set. Let's see, 4.4 carats total weight on the pendant, so nearly identical, 5-star rated item. Your price, regular, well, actually first retail. This is, if you can find it, a $1,100 pendant. Again, on paper, not bad. Regular price, $174.99. And your price right now, $131.24. And your first payment is only $26.25. The only reason I take issue with that retail is simply because of where I said I think you would have to go to find something like this. And you're going to have to be in a little neighborhood somewhere in a place like Soho, which is very costly just to do business. And they have a customer base that can afford to spend thousands of dollars for their jewelry. And so I think your markup would be a lot higher on this one. So $1,100 suddenly looks good. Now, since this does match the ring so well, if you do want to get them both, there is more savings to talk about. So your price for both would be $236.24. Your first payment would be $47 and a quarter, $47.25. Using budget pay would get home this and this, and you would have the whole match set, and it's all ready to wear. And in fact, speaking of ready to wear, I just had to double check, the necklace is included. We don't do that all the time anymore, but you will get the 20-inch long chain to wear with your brand new pendant. And then you would get the ring as well, I hope. And again, $236.24 is your total purchase price for all of the jewelry, necklace included. And so to take that same idea, there's the little branches, same thing, where you have the one that comes up and sweeps over to the middle, the one from the middle that comes down and sweeps over that one, and then the one off on the side just doing its own thing, draping down in one row. That is a very cool idea. And they've taken what they did in the ring and translated it into the pendant. Very different, very unique idea. And a combination of Tanzanite and silver, that is so beautiful to see. And a lot of silver. You got to keep in mind, too, price of silver going up. You're seeing a lot more of our jewelry coming out in platinum bond brass, and not silver, in stainless steel. It's still nice to be able to get silver and to be able to wear a precious metal with your gemstones, especially when you're getting into gemstones like Tanzanite. You want something that is rare and exotic to begin with, to also be rare and exotic as you're wearing it. And so putting it in silver is probably just the smart thing to do. Stone count is the same. Everything about that is the same as we just had in the ring. Just a little price difference there as we have this. If you buy them both at $236.35. We still have some earrings to get to, a couple more rings still to get to. In fact, one of my favorite rings is still to come. So I hope you can stay with us live. One of the nice things, again, if you're watching this on replay, hopefully the prices are still good. 48 hours is the time limit on the prices that we give you. You can skip through something you're seeing, just not your thing. You can skip through until we get to the very next deal. And the very next deal is going to be a really interesting earring from a design standpoint again, because they've taken the difficult approach to making these. It's a good thing I'm not a jeweler, because I would be cutting every corner possible. I am a person who looks for shortcuts. Here's a project to do. How can I find a shortcut? This is the total 180 from shortcut. This is, let's make it as difficult as we can to make an earring, because every stone is separately set and suspended from a ring, and even the ring is separately suspended from a Tanzanite on the top. Remember I was talking about making molds earlier. They had to have 1, 2, 3, 4 different molds in order to make one of these earrings. And then at some point in the process, it all comes together. Let me measure these, then we'll talk price. Actually, nice size on these. Perfect 1 inch. I always call the 1 inch earrings perfect. Again, not too big, not too small. Can wear them anywhere. Retail value, $1,249. Regular price, $174.99. Yours today, for 48 hours from this moment, $131.24. First payment, $26 and a quarter. So $26 today gets home the perfectly designed earring in the most complicated way to make it. I always love something where the more you look at it, you notice other things. As I looked at this before, I was so wrapped up in how this is made. Again, that's my little geeky mind. How they make it. How was that manufactured? I completely ignored the fact that there are 30 beautiful white zircons in these earrings as well. So you have 28 points of white zircon. You have a carat 62 of tanzanite. You can see the zircons a little bit more easily here. This earring's at a bit of an angle, but you can still get the idea. There they are. Here they are on this one. And then your pear-shaped stones are all separately suspended from the ring, from the little marquise-shaped ring into which your zircons are also set. This is just an expensive-looking earring. You know, a piece of jewelry doesn't have to be this big to look expensive. Something like this that is maybe understated, not the most obvious earring, this screams expensive. More, in fact, many times than a big earring. I was watching a woman on the Today Show some time ago, and they were interviewing her on a very serious subject, and all I could do was stare at her earrings. They were literally like this hoops. And it was such a distraction. I wasn't even listening to what this poor woman was saying because her earrings were, and I'm sure many people at home are like, how can she wear those? How can those be comfortable? And she's trying to make a point. This is the understated earring. This is the perfect size at 1 inch, so it's not going to be a distraction. People are going to look at it, admire it, and then go about their day. And when someone does compliment you on it, and they will, it's just that nice little break in the day when you get a reaction to a piece of jewelry. I don't know as though everyone reacts to a stud earring, even some of the basic hoop earrings, the little huggy hoop earrings. They're pretty and they're important to wear, but it's not something, double negative here, it's not something they haven't seen before. They've seen a stud earring, a little huggy hoop earring before. This they haven't. It's something a little different. It's something with some personality. As you move, even just very subtly, and the stones move, they're moving in a very tasteful way, giving you just a little bit of sparkle, not a ton. These are probably AA grade tanzanites. Yeah, I think that's probably a safe bet on these, which is fine. It's tanzanite jewelry from a mine. Hour and a half in, I've hardly even talked about the mine. I think many of you know the story, but for those that don't, it's in Tanzania. It is ever so slowly just being depleted of anything and everything in Tanzanite. We were last there. We, as a company, visited the mine. Some of our hosts, Loretta, Hunter, a few others, last year, and there was just nothing going on. They send these big carts down into the mine because the miners are, long ways under the earth mining. They send these carts down, expecting them to be pulled back up with a lot of tanzanite in it, and the carts are coming up empty. I think they're sending some people there later this year. I don't know why. I was supposed to go last October, and they finally decided, no point, nothing's happening. I guess they're going to try again and see what's going on. So that's what's happening there. I am not the sky is falling kind of person. I heard people on TV shopping networks in the 1990s saying the Tanzanite mine's about to dry up. No, it wasn't. All 4 blocks were still operating. They had 4 A, B, C, and D, 4 sections where they were mining it. Mine was fine up until just a few years ago. And yeah, you know what now? The sky is falling. The mine is in danger of being dried up of tanzanite. And they say there's something like 1 billion to 1 odds that the stone occurs anywhere else in the world so far. Hasn't been found anywhere else. So, yeah, we're in the last stages now. I can safely say that and believe that we're in the last stages of mining this stone. Nothing else in this show like these. We had, if you skip through it, the studs earlier. I still have a hoop coming up and some more studs coming up. There's probably nothing like this in the inventory right now. Your price is $131, and your first payment $26.25. Great value right there. Price points, as I said, for everyone. We started this show with items in the thousands of dollars. The men's ring and those first few appraised pieces. And then now we get to $131. Everyone should be able to afford this stone. It's a matter of your budget. Do you want it in gold? Do you want it in platinum? Do you want it in silver? What metal you're looking for, what accent stones you're looking for. And that's why we're a great place to be. If you just haven't seen it yet, go to the website or the app, shoplc.com, or the app in the App Store, and search Tanzanite and just see what is out there. Sometimes there's special promo codes. This Mother's Day weekend, we have 25% off on some items, not everything on the website. So always, you're getting 25% off on all of this. That we're guaranteeing, but you never know what's going to be popping up on the website. So go there and have a look around. One more, actually a couple more rings still to get to. Not the least of which is this beauty in Tanzanite and moissanite. Again, a 5-star rated item. I love it when that happens, when you leave reviews. And for good or ill, I'm not going to pretend everything on the website is 5-star rated. Oh, there's 1-star rated items. Of course, that happens to every retailer in the world. It also shows we don't filter the reviews. So you leave an honest review after these items arrive. This beauty, though, in Tanzanite and moissanite, I'm so happy that we're doing things in moissanite now. I left the network for about 1.5 years and came back. And when I was here before, moissanite rings, that's it. Never used as accents. When I came back a few years ago, we had started using moissanites as accents. And I think it's a really smart idea because you get more sparkle from moissanites than from diamonds or CZs or anything else. And so when you have something as beautiful as Tanzanite, you want something that's going to accent it beautifully and appropriately. And that's what moissanite does. Let's see. Tanzanite is an 8.5 by 6.5 millimeter. It is $1.59 in Tanzanite. Let's talk numbers because once again, this is an easy one to save you 25% off. Regular price $400, your price $300, $299.99. Your first payment $60. We'll get this home and you'll be wearing it in 5 to 7 days. And what an incredible stone this is. This is another one that I would have to guess because it's not graded. Easy. High AA. Very easy to say that. Could it cross the AAA line? Maybe. But a very high grade AA Tanzanite. And then moissanites everywhere. You have a lot of moissanites as a halo. There's the 2 trapezoid cut. Don't see moissanite and trapezoid very often. That's kind of interesting. It actually works. There's some stones that you would just not put into a trapezoid cut. It would look ridiculous. Moissanite is not one of them. I wonder, can you see it? Yeah, there they are. There, and then rounds everywhere else. This actually works very, very nicely. The fire and the brilliance is not hindered. Some cuts, that's why I said some stones, excuse me, you don't want to put into a trapezoid cut, because it hinders the fire and the brilliance. These are stones that can go into a trapezoid cut, moissanite, beautifully. It does not hinder anything at all. The sparkle, the fire, the brilliance, it's all there. The setting, I would have sworn up and down, was a platinum setting. Let's show the rings earlier. Let's see. Let me show you a little comparison. Number 2. This was platinum. Now I'm going to put these two side by side. And you may see it, you may not. Look at the reflection on them. One of these is silver with rhodium over it. The other is platinum. As I look at the image coming back that you're seeing, I can't tell the difference. I'm looking straight on here. I know which one is which. But no, visually, they look the same. Now, I'm not saying don't buy platinum because I can feel the heft difference. That's the other way I know which one is which. But visually, the rhodium over silver looks the same as the solid platinum ring. This was your solid platinum ring, so 950 platinum. This is in rhodium over sterling silver. That's the importance of that rhodium plating. I don't have anything that isn't rhodium plated, so it's hard for me to illustrate if it was just silver. That's rhodium. So the point is, rhodium being more mirror-like gives you more sparkle into your moissanite. So it's just going to glisten and glow all that more. So the combination is stunning. It is absolutely just the perfect combination together. And just the finish on each one of these, your beautiful examples of moissanite. I'm kind of obsessing over the moissanite on this one because it's the first time we've seen that in a beautiful design like this, where you have different shapes and sizes, and even the way the stones are set changes just a little bit around that Tanzanite. You have a 25 50, 50 moisanites, 42 points in the rounds, and then the 2 trapezoid-shaped moisanites. That's another 34 points. So your total moisanite weight is getting up there. Obviously, the tanzanite, the bulk of the reason why you're probably ordering this. That is a beautiful stone right there in the center of all of that. It's an interesting, very clean design. Again, another one that just screams designer. It looks like there should be a fancy designer name attached to this. There isn't. It is your brand new ring right now. No designer name attached to it, but there certainly could have been. But that is a beautiful one. The combination of the tanzanite and moissanite together is so striking. And it is another one, I just noticed, right there, made in the USA. So another one of the pieces that has come from one of our factories here domestically. So it's just more cost effective for us. You're still getting this for only, well, $299 now, regular $399. The retail value, $2,500. It's a $2,500 ring that you are picking up for $299. I still have 3 items to get to, and I just looked at the clock, so we can get to some more earrings and then one more ring. Great thing about Tanzanite here at Shop LC is, yes, we're doing a 2-hour live stream now. We do sell it on the network, and so if you want to see even more, check out our live shows on Shop LC on television or on our app. Because it's a stone we don't do it as much as we used to. We used to do it all the time. But the stone is not in the quantity that it used to be. So it's just impossible for us to do the shows like we used to. We still beat everybody's pricing. There's just no competition in the world of Tanzanite for what we do here at Shop LC. So if you do love this stone, make sure you find us on your cable, your satellite, wherever you need to go to check out the deals in Tanzanite. Okay, hoop earring. And a really good buy is about to be yours. What's unusual here is every single Tanzanite, there's 16 of them, is an octagon cut. Octagon cut is like an emerald cut. It's the last cut you do if you're not sure about the quality of your gemstones. With this particular cut, I always say you open up a window to the soul of the gemstone, and if that color isn't perfect, it's going to be painfully obvious. This is really good quality Tanzanite, and you can see it for yourself in this cut. I don't know if you noticed or not, when I was going to open this up, all I did was just pull that back. This is hinged on the bottom. There's none of the little saddleback or U-back closure, which sometimes is awkward to get your earring into. This just snaps back, locks in place, done. That simple, that easy to do. This oh boy, here we go again. $2,300 retail value earring. Regular price $374, clearance price $281, your price $210.93. So for $210 right now, and first payment is $42.19. Shop 17 is the number you want to put into the comment box if you're interested in them. The setting is all sterling silver. This is a good point, actually, because we've got a good image here for me to point out. Some people always wonder, why do you call this an octagon cut? It's an emerald cut. Octagons are 8 sides, like a stop sign. You're right. However, an emerald cut does not have the little facets in the corners. They're straight across. So when you count the sides, there's technically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hence the differentiation between emerald cut, octagon cut. The other big point of both these, and I touched on it a moment ago, is they're not forgiving. If you don't have the perfect color in your stones, or really good color, let's just put it that way, this is not a cut that you do. There are ways with an oval, you can take a stone that might not be the best and make it work. You can kind of hide imperfections in some cuts, like the oval and others. Not in this. That, I would say, window to the soul of the stone. If you've got problems with that stone, it's going to be painfully obvious to you. That's why this is a very safe purchase today, especially at the price of $210.93. Budget pay there, $42.19 to get these home. So shop now on these. Shop 17 is your number. Still two more quick little deals we're going to squeeze in here. Let me just measure this for you. About an inch probably. Yep. Almost spot on. Again, hitting that perfect size. So you want something that's going to be perfectly sized and easy to wear all day, every day. That is going to be the earring for you. Perfectly designed hoop. Just gorgeous little opportunity there. Only hoop that we've had. We've had some studs. We have another pair coming up. The chandelier earrings. And that is it for earrings here. Remember, the clock is ticking on the 25% off price breaks that we're giving you. So you have 48 hours from the time of the live stream, which is Saturday afternoon. So by Monday afternoon, that's it. All is said and done. All right, one more AAA Tanzanite in gold for, actually, I shouldn't say one more. This is the ones we had before. The other study rings were in platinum. This is going to be in 14 karat gold. And that 14 karat gold that you're seeing right there, there's the setting, there's the post, and screw back once again. That's the real deal. And that's why these, I just saw the price. That's why these are the must-have earring of the show, especially when we do this. This is in 14 karat gold. We all know, it's been on the news all the time, the price of gold continues to go up. The price I'm looking at right now, this is, and I'm serious, this is a price retail for costume jewelry. You can spend this at the well-known Austrian crystal retailer for their earrings. The retail value is $2,500. Got it. Makes sense. Your regular price, which already doesn't make sense, is $399.99. From this moment, for 48 hours, your price, $299.99. Your first payment, $59.99. $60 technically. $60 right now on a Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover card. Gets home 2 Tanzanites, half carat each. Total carat weight is 1 carat. 5 millimeter in size, and these are AAA grade stones. Oh, they certainly are. I have no doubt there, looking at the quality of these in person. Those are AAA grade. Here's a real good image of what I was talking about on the platinum earrings earlier and now in gold. You can see the reeds clearly. This is like twisting a screw in place. That's what you do with the butterfly back. Now this, I'm going to be really honest, that annoys some people when they see that, but it's a good thing. Because now when this is secure in place, that's locked in, that is screwed in place. So you never worry about losing it because there is some value. It might not seem like a lot of gold, and on paper it isn't. It's still gold. And if you lost that and someone found that, they could take that and sell that for some good money these days, considering what gold is trading for. So yes, it is a benefit to you to have that. Almost everyone that's ever worn a stud earring has lost a butterfly back at one point or another, and you wind up using a pencil eraser. That's an old trick to hold it in place. That screw back is, I was going to say worth its weight in gold, no pun intended, but seriously, it absolutely is, because that is so strong and so secure. It holds those in place perfectly, so you don't have to worry about losing them. Men are wearing these, women are wearing these. This is not just for milady anymore. This is for the guys as well. Those are some really good Tanzanites. They are AAA grade. We know that for sure. AAA grade Tanzanite for $299 in gold. This one's killing me. $299 Tanzanite in 14 karat gold. Changing my mind again, that might be the bargain of the show. I don't know. 2 more to get to. One more piece to get to here. And it is another Rhapsody ring in platinum. Rhapsody is our line. That's the name we put to our line of platinum jewelry. And this is a quad A. I thought it might be. Looking at this, oh man, no doubt in my mind. No doubt. That is quad A Tanzanite from the word go. Real fast, 9.5 by 7.5 millimeter stone. It weighs 2.57 carats. And then you have 2 trillion cut diamonds, 18 points in diamond weight. The retail value on this is $16,000. Your regular price for this ring, $3,200. If you order right now, or within the next 48 hours, your price is $2399.99. $2,400. Your first payment, $480 for a platinum ring. Sizes are 7, 8, and 10. We offer free ring sizing, 2 up, 2 down. From the base size 7, 8, or 10. Quad A is the best of the best. Rhodium over platinum, period, end of story. No rhodium over silver here. This is all platinum jewelry. You'll feel the density of this. That's one of the things about platinum. It is heavy. It is a very dense material, so you'll feel the weight in your platinum right there. And that Quad A Tanzanite is breathtaking. The quality of that stone will never be beat. You will, when you get this home, be joining a very exclusive club. A lot of people own Tanzanite. Most people own it in triple, double, mainly double A grade Tanzanite. You are about to own Quad A Tanzanite. You know how good that's going to feel? Having something no one else has, and I mean you might be the only one in town with a Quad A Tanzanite. I live in a small town. I guarantee I'd be the only one in town with Quad A Tanzanite. Amazing piece. Shop 19 is the number there on this one. Again, just to put the top on things here, because this time goes so very quickly. Everything that we've shown you is now shoppable. Everything that we've had in the show, you can keep ordering. You have 48 hours, and then all of the prices go back up. Again, for this ring, you're saving $800 by ordering now or in the next 48 hours. That's $800 off of our price, off of the retail. It's $12,000. But again, that's $800 off of the regular Shop LC price. So take advantage of all of these right now. Thank you again. Spread the word about Shop LC in our live streams that happen multiple times.
Do you want to show us your top 3 favorite pieces?
Oh, my top 3 favorites? Easy.
You knew exactly which one you were going for.
This one that we just did, that Quad A. Of course, the men's ring. I really, really want that men's ring. Third place. This is tough. It's got to be, no, you know what? The necklace. It has to be. The necklace with the little serpent head. I keep not a serpent. I don't know what they thought of, but
it's a serpent.
I think it's a serpent too. So yeah, easy top 3. That one, this, and the men's ring. So no doubt in my mind there. So, okay. I hope you found a favorite. I hope you found a favorite as well, because we've had some amazing things in this show. Boy, this guy's piece. Guys, we never have men's Tanzanite in gold. That is a really impressive ring. Anyway, listen, thank you again for keeping us company here. Again, you are providing meals for some hungry children in the United States and India through Shop LC, and we always appreciate that. And if you don't watch us on television, look for us. See if you can find the Shop LC channel on your cable or your satellite provider, or you can watch our shows live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on the app or on the website. And, of course, with live streams throughout the week, multiple times a day. Now we started once a day and then to twice. Now, what are we, 4 times a day now?
5.
5 times a day.
During the week, we're 5 times a day. On the weekends, we've got 3.
That's right. 5 times during the week. Yeah. Okay. So make sure you're checking those out. Have yourself a wonderful weekend and a happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Shop LC live stream will be back very soon.